Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Mandy here. So for today's video I will be doing a film review of The Slipper and the Rose. This film was made in 1976 and it has an amazing all-star cast. It stars Gemma Craven as Cinderella, Richard Chamberlain as Prince Edward, Michael Hordern as the King, Kenneth More as the Chamberlain, Margaret Lockwood as the stepmother, and Annette Crosbie as the fairy godmother. This film is a musical adaptation of the classic fairy tale of Cinderella. Unfortunately, it is a mostly overlooked adaptation, probably because it was intended for a more mature audience. Therefore, it is not as simplistic or glitzy and shiny looking as other adaptations, and therefore wasn't as marketable to children, so it didn't get so much recognition as, say, the Disney adaptations. However, that for me is the very reason it is arguably the best adaptation. The music is beautifully composed and choreographed by the Sherman Brothers, who you might recognize for their work in the film Mary Poppins. There is a somewhat signature moment in this film, which some may recognize from the chimney sweep scene, which I thought was a great callback. Unfortunately, you do have to take the singing with a pinch of salt, as there are some rather cringy moments with terrible singing, rather akin to Pierce Brosnan's in Mamma Mia. But if you can just look past that, you will love this film. This film is beautifully made with rich, lush costumes that don't look like costumes, but real clothing of the period. Plus, it is shot in actual castles and manors, thereby grounding it and making it feel like it is set in a real kingdom that actually has a name for once, Euphrania. But what I love personally about this film is it also conveys a sense of reality that most adaptations don't, with regards to the political consequences of the prince refusing to marry another princess and the potential for war to occur as a result of him choosing to marry a girl from his own kingdom and snubbing other princesses at the ball. And a big plus is it also answers one of those major issues that fans tend to have with every other adaptation regarding the fairy godmother's involvement. Here she doesn't just turn up out of nowhere to give Cinderella her dress and that's it. But here she is there throughout, helping her with situations that she knows are impossible for Cinderella to deal with alone, and that are presented as a deliberate attempt by the stepmother to make her fail. And later on, there is a brilliant moment where she gets annoyed and the story starts to go off the rails, and she again has to step in and fix it so it ends as it was intended. So for any Cinderella fans who have issues with the fairy godmother not being there enough, this film will provide you with a satisfying solution to that problem. Also, what's great about this film is the characters all have wonderful depth to them. That again tends to be sorely missing in most other adaptations. Every character from the king to the fairy godmother to the prince's best friend are fleshed out enough without being overloaded or unnecessary. We learn what their personalities are, what they like, what they don't like, what they want, what they don't want, who they like, who they dislike, etc. And it all comes down to a purpose as well. The prince's cousin serves to help resolve a problem. The prince's best friend helps to discover Cinderella. The chamberlain is a major player in setting up the plans for the ball and convincing the prince to agree to it, as well as serving as messenger for the king. So no character is wasted here. Even the fairy godmother is given some backstory and character development, which helps to endear her to us, whereas in most other adaptations, she's there for just the one scene and then we never see her again. So all in all, this is a beautiful adaptation of the story, which I really feel needs to be seen. Like I said, however, the singing does leave something to be desired, but besides that, it is a great film with a lot of fun and entertaining moments, as well as heartwarming ones. So do give it a viewing if you can. There's my review for The Slipper and the Rose. I hope you like it, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Goodbye.